So here we have the top sneaker releases for April. And this will basically contain sneakers that I've sort of cherry picked really. It's only ones that I think are worth sort of noting, and some of the silhouettes I've just taken out. For example, the Jordan 1 High metallic silver colour. That's something that I'm not really going to cover because it's not something that I like. And say for example, sort of general release dunks or more models like the Jordan Tatum, they're just not something of interest to me. And so with this, we'll start off with ASICS releases. So with with brands like ASICS and New Balance, it's difficult to see what they're going to be releasing in April. They've just got kind of earmarked certain dates. So I'm going to mention this particular one, which is the Hidden NY ASICS Gel NYC. It kind of had I think a bit of a soft launch, and there's supposed to be a sort of wider release coming up. That's what's rumoured, so I'm guessing that will be in April now, and doesn't look like it's something that's happened just yet. And I still give this one a 5. It's a cool looking sneaker, and I like the Gel NYC model. I think out of the sort of 2K runner type style trainers, I think this is one of the most comfortable ones after the 1130. And with the New Balance releases, I think this one hasn't come out yet, which is the Workwear 990 V6, and basically looks the same as the Carhartt version. And so for that reason I give it 4. It just feels a bit lazy to me, and a bit sort of monotone as well. I kind of prefer the Carhartt version. Then we have the New Balance 1906R, and this is the Action Bronson Rosewater. And I'm a big fan of the 1906R anyway, and for me it's one of those ones that hopefully it comes out in April. I'll definitely try to pick this one up because I like the colourway. I haven't got anything like this, and I'm also a fan of the 1906R anyway, and this one is just doing something a bit different to what we've seen in all the other 1906Rs thus far, and just looks a little bit different. And with the New Balance 1000 Joe Fresh goods, I think this one I'll probably give it a miss, in all honesty. I like I suppose the silhouette in a way. It reminds me of the Air Max Plus. However, I think it's not as I don't know, there's something about them which is not catching my eye at the moment, and I think it's some of the other sort of GR colorways I've seen I sort of prefer, so I may check out one of those models, because I think this one would be sort of a hard one to pick up. But then saying that, if I can pick up the mink pair for retail, then I'll probably try to grab it. And with the Crocs releases, so this is a draw that's already live here in the UK, but the Clot Crocs, and this is just a standard clog really, so it's not like anything special. It's just got the Clots gibbets and stuff on there, and the colourway, which is kind of similar to the Future on that release as well, so it's not doing anything special really, but probably more than a Jound is, so that reason just a 3 really. It's just standard stuff. And with the Converse releases, I've got Pata have done doing a collab with Converse, and it's for the Chuck 70, and this one's not bad. It's not like something that I'm kind of eager to pick up. I'm kind of over the Converse Chucks really. I'm not really like a fan of those anymore. I just find them a bit too sort of uncomfortable. And then you got the Converse Weapon, and this one actually looks nice. It's one of those ones where I'm really not a fan of the high model, but this particular version, it's not bad. It's especially the black colorway, but it's not something that I'd make room to sort of wear there. That's my only thing, but aesthetically it's pleasing. So with the Nike releases, I think this Air Max 95 Atlanta, I think it's a bit lazy in all honesty. It just doesn't sort of hit the right notes for me, and to be honest, Air Max 95s isn't one of my sort of go-to sort of sneaker models, and for that reason I give it a 3. And it's Nike Book 1 Haven. As far as I know, it's for his dog, and so that's why the black, and then you've got the fur on there. And I'll give that a 4. It's a nice looking sneaker actually, and obviously it looks like an Air Force One as well. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the furry basically material that's on there. It just, yeah, for me that's a bit off-putting. It's not too much of it, but it's not something that I like on trainers. And the Hike, this is probably similar as well, so this one I give a 4. I'm not really a fan of like snakeskin material, but I think the colours chosen for this one does actually make it look nice. Again, it's got sort of the furry material around the sort of ankle area, and not a fan of that. But I may try and pick up one model just to sort of have a look at what the fuss is about for the Nike Book one, because I've reviewed the AE one and the Harden Volume 8, so this one would be another one to sort of pick up because it seems to be quite sort of popular as well. And then you got the Kobe 8 Protro Venice Peach. This seems to be a couple. I think there's a camo version as well. This one I'd be happy if I could get it for retail. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. I think it looks really nice, and I wasn't sort of into sneakers when these came out, so it would be definitely something that I'll try and see if I can get. I don't really want to be paying crazy prices for. And then we've got the Kobe 4 Protro Philly. This one is actually really nice. I think for me it's a 5. However, because I have the Black Mamba at Kobe 4, it's not something that I'm looking to sort of pick up, but it looks like a cool sneaker to me. It's a nice colorway as well, and blue's my thing anyway, so but it's probably not something that I'm going to pick up. I'd prefer the Venice Beach over this. And to me, this one just feels a bit average to me. I don't know, it's not really sort of speaking to me, so I'm going to give it a 3 for now. I think it might be one of those ones once you get, if I ever got it in hand, then I can probably sort of say, yeah, I actually like it, but I don't like it. But at the moment, just looking at the pictures, it's not something that's sort of grabbing me. And the same for the Big Money Savings. The materials are really nice on this, and it does look like a really sort of decent dunk, but is it better than any of the sort of ones that came out last year? Probably not, so I'm going to give this one a 4. It looks, out of the sort of SB dunks that I've released so far this year, this is probably one of the better ones, and obviously the future one. And then we've got the SB Dunk Low J-Pack Chicago. This one actually, is a nice colorway as well, because obviously it's a Chicago colorway, and I'll give it a 4. I think if I didn't have a few colorways of Chicago type trainers, maybe I'd pick this up, but I have quite a few which have got the sort of Chicago style colorway, so for me it's a miss for now. But if I didn't have those, I'd definitely pick it up. And with the Reebok, I can see sort of one release that I'm sort of interested in, and I may take a look at these, which is the Reebok Float Zig one, and I'll give that one a 4. It's supposed to be very comfortable, and it looks quite sort of unique and a bit different, and a little bit like a Salomon trainer or a New Balance runner. So I would like to sort of see what it's like, and the price seems pretty reasonable as well. So with the Adidas releases, I like the Volume 8 Blue Fusion. It looks really nice, and I don't think it's as nice as the black and white one, but I'll still give it a 4 out of 5. I think the colorway is nice. It's one of the nicer ones, probably after the black and white. This is probably second at the moment. And then we've got also the White Party, which is another one, and I think with this one it does actually look really nice. My only concern would be how quickly it will get dirty because of the white material on this side, but it's still really nice looking trainer, especially for sort of summertime. And then we have the Fear of God's Athletics Los Angeles runner. So these ones I'm not really a fan of, like sort of these types of trainers. I don't think they've kind of done enough to sort of elevate it, in my opinion, so I'm going to give it a 3 for now. So I kind of compare it to, say, the Bad Bunny collab. So I think with those, they've done something different, and just basically elevated it just that bit more, and I think this kind of misses the mark, and I'm kind of half interested in it just to sort of see what it's like, but at the same time I think it's going to use the same sort of midsole as the Basketball 1 trainer as well. So for me, I'm just a bit like, if it's going to be on the firm side, then I'm not that interested in it, because I'd rather wear the Basketball 1 trainer. And then I'm not really a fan of highs anyway, but this is the Adidas Fear of God Rivalry High. And then this one I'm going to give it a 3. It's a sesame colour, so it's a similar colour way to the ones that have come out so far. But don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but it's not something that I'd wear, so that's why I've given it a 3. But maybe if it was in a low cut, I'd probably look at it, but then it looks too similar to the Basketball 1. And then this one is a bit of a weird one, the Clocks Adidas Superstar. I think it kind of works in black, and probably works better than the white version, because it's all black. And for me, then it kind of looks more like a shoe, but it's not something that I'd be picking up, and especially for that price. And then this Flamingo Pink, I like the daring approach to kind of do this kind of colourway, but I think it's probably reserved for the basketball court and the basketball court only. I don't think I could ever wear these, so I'll be out on this one. So here we have the Jordan releases. Like I said earlier, I haven't included the whole bunch of Jordan releases because some of them I'm just not really feeling or that interested in, and it's more the ones that I just found more interesting, I suppose. And the funny thing is, with this particular month, I think Jordan have pushed back a lot of releases, so it looks like it will be sort of slim pickings, and in all honesty it's probably a good thing because they've been releasing a load of sneakers, and so that kind of sort of leads me on to basically, like I say, there's a few out there but not a lot that's coming out in April. And the first one is the Air Jordan 4 in Vivid Sulphur, and this is a nice one. I think this is one of the better ones that's going to be releasing in April, and I'll give this a 4 out of 5. I think it's the potential for me to pick up, but I don't know how much I'd wear this particular colorway because it's like a yellow color, and in all honesty I'd rather sort of be putting on my fire red pair. And then we've got the Air Jordan 5 SE. This is in the light wood brown, sail and black colorway, which is really nice actually, and I think it does look really cool. I'm just not really a Jordan 5 type person, especially in the high cut. So for me, it's one of those ones I'll probably sort of skip out on, but I do appreciate it. I think it looks nice. And then the last one is the Travis Scott Jumpman Jack. I think I missed this out in March anyway, but it looks like it didn't release anyway, so it looks like it's releasing in April, and I don't know if it will get pushed back more, but it looks like they're making room for this and moving the military blue, industrial blue into May. So that sort of signifies to me that this is something that is probably coming out in April, because they've had like a hype and sort of build up to this anyway. So I give this a 4 out of 5 for now. It's giving me sort of different sneaker vibes, so you know, like the Nike Trainer 1, the Dunk, and also the Jordan 1. I think the only thing that's off-putting for me is the midsole. It just looks a bit funny online. When I see it in person I might change my mind. And then also just the comfort level, it just feels like they haven't really sort of moved on too much from, I suppose, the Jordan 1, you know, for example, like from what I see anyway. So I might be wrong on that, and they might have some nice tech in there, but at the moment it's not really one that's sort of speaking to me of like, you know, I need to grab this because it just ticks every single box in terms of sort of comfort, quality, looks, etc. But I'll be definitely sort of interested to try and grab a pair at a reasonable price, but I'm not paying sort of silly money for these.